Breaking news tonight from the New York Times. Rod Rosenstein had reportedly discussed the possibility of removing Trump from office and wiretapping him. As we were just discussing, Rosenstein strongly denies the account. But Trump allies and a former DOJ lawyer in the Bush administration are saying tonight this is ammo to fire Rosenstein. We're seeing a classic Trump narrative about the so-called deep state out to get him while he purges top officials.
They have this witch hunt going on with people in the Justice Department that shouldn't be there. They have a witch hunt against the President of the United States going on.
Our Justice Department and our FBI have to start doing their job and doing it right and doing it now.
I put an attorney general that never took control of the Justice Department, Jeff Sessions.
I'm joined by the ranking member of the Judiciary Committee, Congressman Jerry Nadler. He has been defending Rosenstein in the face of House Republicans' calls for impeachment and warned Trump any action against Rosenstein would have severe consequences. That was based on the facts that you knew then. Does anything in the New York Times report, which includes the Rosenstein denial, change your view tonight, sir?
Absolutely not. As you know, we don't really know what went on. There's one account, there's denials. But here's what we do know. We know that Deputy Attorney General Rosenstein is the lead person in charge of the investigation into the president for colluding with the Russians and trying to rig an American election. We know that he's in charge, he's supervising Special Counsel Mueller. We know that he was instrumental in initiating the investigation into the president for obstruction of justice. We know the president has told us he has wanted to get rid of Rosenstein, essentially to get rid of that investigation. And if he were to move against Rosenstein now on any pretext, that would certainly be further evidence of his participation in obstruction of justice, because it would clearly be designed to interfere with the independence of, and maybe even the existence of these essential investigations.
You say that, and added to that is the fact that Donald Trump's own views of Rosenstein have changed a lot. His Lester Holt interview is known for his comments about his thoughts in firing James Comey. But he also used that appearance to praise Rod Rosenstein. Take a look.
Monday, you met with the Deputy Attorney General, Rod Rosenstein.
Right.
Did you ask him for a recommendation?
It's Rod Rosenstein.
Rosenstein. Did you ask for a recommendation?
He made a recommendation. He's highly respected. Very good guy, very smart guy. The Democrats like him. The Republicans like him.
Is your view that Donald Trump's opinion of Rod Rosenstein has only changed when he backed up Bob Mueller's investigation?
Absolutely. He has backed up Bob Mueller's investigation. He has not constrained it, and he has backed it up. And the president has made very clear he doesn't like that investigation. He calls it a witch hunt. He's done everything to sabotage it. And if he can get away with it, and if he thinks he can get away with it, he'll fire Rosenstein in order to sabotage the investigation, which is an essential investigation into the integrity of our elections, the integrity of our democratic system, and into the president's possible obstruction of justice. This would be more evidence of an ongoing obstruction of justice, and everything would have to be on the table in January.
I want to read to you breaking news via Twitter, Congressman, not to catch you off guard, but as you know, things are moving quickly. And this comes from your colleagues on your own House Judiciary Committee, which states, quote, I intend to subpoena, quote, McCabe memos and all other documents that have been requested and not provided, and links, of course, to this New York Times story. As you know, and I'm sure you can walk our audience through it, this picks up on the debate over documentation that Republicans have sought and which some of them claim would make the DOJ look bad or undermine the independence of the Russia probe. Your response to that call, which I say is from the official House Judiciary Committee account?
Well, some of the people on the House Judiciary Committee, including, unfortunately, the chairman now, have been doing what they can to undermine the investigation, to sabotage it, essentially by calling for and threatening the impeachment of Rosenstein and other people, by calling, if they don't do it, by calling for the unsealing, the publication of secret documents for an ongoing criminal investigation, which is never done. The president even did that. He backed off on that the other day, or today rather, because he was told in no uncertain terms by high-ranking people, and I'm told by the British, that this would result in in revelation of sources, and this would result in people being killed. And apparently he doesn't want to face that. But some of the people on the Judiciary Committee on the Republican side want to do anything to sabotage this investigation, and that's highly irresponsible and very dangerous.
Well, that's very interesting getting your direct response to that and your view of the New York Times story as more important for what it doesn't say, which is that there's an effort to get Rod Rosenstein, than for what it does, which is...
Well, first of all, it doesn't allege that anything was done.
Right.
And it is clearly part of... All of this is now just a pretext to get rid of Rosenstein and to sabotage the investigation.
And that is, I think, where the big conversation going. We have up on the screen some of the conflicting accounts. The Times has a version, Rosenstein denies, and our own reporting, as I mentioned earlier in the show, puts the same alleged comments in a very different light. Congressman Jerry Nadler, thank you so much in the center of the action for giving us some time tonight. Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.